Hello, my friends. Good morning. For a second there, I was like, I'm just there. That's kind of weird. Hello, Camera Mandy. So tell us a little bit about
What?
Disneyland and the kids and all of that stuff, just because everybody loves Disneyland, I think. Just about everybody does.
Oh, well, okay. I will just say it's lots of fun, but it takes a lot of planning these days because everything has changed in terms of like tickets and reservation system and Genie Plus. And so, yeah, if you go to Disneyland, find a Disney expert in your life, and I'm sure that they would love to give you all the advice on all the things that you need.
Well, also,
So,
Jim Kinney, who is one of our
yes,
oldest Gooey
and
friends,
Jacob Hatfield,
is no, and
both of them.
yes, that's right. Jacob and
Hmm.
Jim, right? Both are like crazy Disney lovers, right?
Hmm.
And they have all the secrets, all the super secret inside tricks, you know.
Hmm.
Colt, who we were supposed to go, but we got COVID, so I was supposed to go with Miss Goo and with Angela and Devin and the three little Grandy dudes, and join Colt and Kate and their three kids with Jim, right? And down in Disney. And right before we left, Angela tested positive for this disease, and so we all had to cancel going. And it was really traumatic for the kids, and it was hard for all of us, right? And but Colt said that all the secrets that Jim knew about all this stuff was fantastic. So they were doing all the back doors and the secret places and the things you go to see, and it was anyway. Yes, definitely talk to them if you're thinking about a Disney trip.
Oh, absolutely. And also, I'm sorry if the audio was not perfect.
No, I think you're all right now. You just
Okay.
Yeah, I think keeping the volume down doesn't get so much echo. I think it's the room, Camera Mendy. I don't think there's anything you could do.
I know it's kind of an empty room, but the kids are upstairs, and so I was trying to, anyway. But yeah, anyway,
we
let's
need
go with the
Disneyland,
show.
Janine. I agree with that.
Oh, here's what I'll say. Also, I'm wearing an Onward shirt, and I will say that movie from Disney. I mean, we're all D&D lovers here, and that movie is like one of the best things I think that they produced. Obviously, it touched my heart in terms of like being a Disney and a D&D fan, but also just the story of it is just.
Yeah, we really thought
family
was
story.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
too. Is what a wonderful movie
about family. And family love. So anyway, if you've not seen Onward, it is, if you're a D&D fan, it is totally worth checking out. Anyway, but let's get on with
you want to do some stuff? You want to do some social media? Or you want to do, what do you want to do first? You want to do the Zyanduun? Okay. So
I have social media.
We had such a wonderful array of social media in the Facebook Gooey Den this week, and I grabbed a lot of them and sent them to Camera Mandy, and this was one of them. In the spirit of the season, here we have old Saint Nick, who looks like about a 20th level warrior right here, and Keith put this up, and I think it was Barbara Deaton, I think was no, not the artist. The artist was Conan. Can you see that, Camera Mandy? My eyes are a little small for me,
Barbara M. Deaton.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so okay.
No,
Connor
it's on the image.
Connor Burke.
And it was just really fun and wonderful. And it's not Odin. I agree with that. It's so funny. And Lygia, I agree with you. That is definitely the ultimate paladin right there. He'll take out the bad guys and bring toys to your kids. That's off the hook. All right, let us continue. This is magnificent, but thank you, Keith. Again, I talk about this all the time. The Den is such a source of inspiration for me. I look at all of these things. I take them in. Ideas that we can do. All of this stuff is just wonderful. So, all right, Camera Mandy, are you?
I'm trying to get to the next
first one.
Oh, that was the last image. I see.
Oh, that's okay. It was
sorry.
supposed to be the last one, but that's okay. So we'll start with this one.
I see. I was like, why is this? I'm sorry. We're doing this on a Steam Deck, by the way. My laptop, just so you know, Alphinius, my laptop, the motherboard broke, the one that he purchased for me. So.
Well, that's going to cost us a little money.
Yeah, they said we need to replace the laptop, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so we're doing this on a Steam Deck, and that's why this is so crazy.
Got it.
Right now.
Well, you're doing great. You're doing great, especially because you were up to 2:00 in the morning with the crazy kids.
Yeah, we got back at we got back at 1:15. So it was a crazy day. My dad stayed with us.
Nice. You tell him
So
I said, go Larry. Ha ha.
Okay.
All right, so this is a picture of the almost finished map of the catacomb section of the Gloomport. And there's a Illumine forest there, and there is, of course, the massive citadel of the dead. There are the cave dwellers that live in that area, and you can see some of the notes that I put in there just to finish it off with the artist, who is Edvard, who is magnificent. And I just I can't tell you how excited I am. We are working on the second to the last map right now. I'm waiting on the first sketch to come back, and that's got, of course, the dwarven mines and the slaughterhouse where the meat is processed for most of the for the city, and it's got some really interesting and wonderful lore. And I just want to do a quick shout out. There's lots of people who have put in a lot of effort on the Gloomport, but Pam really helped keep people organized and rolling, and I really want to give her a little love for helping, because we are just about to sort of begin to coalesce that thing while we are working on Darkenhaven and the Dead and Fallow, which are our next two projects to finish and get out. But anyway, the Gloomport maps, there are 9 of them, which is, considerably more than we originally promised in the box set. But we just felt it was necessary, and I am incredibly excited for folks to get this product. But this is just, I don't know, the folks who worked on the City of the Dead, Randy kind of led the charge there, and he did such a nice job with the team that was doing this, and it's magnificent. And I hope you love these maps, my friends. They are just so in my heart. Adam, absolutely, I could not agree more. It is just wait. You just wait till you lay all 9 of those out and put those on the floor. And by the way, I should probably say this shamelessly: if you don't, if there's things you don't have, you should check out the sale that we have going on right now. And I believe, Alexander, you have to let us know, but Alexander and Riley were also putting up a pre-order for the Gloomport and Darkenhaven on the site, which would also have a discount, but I don't know if that was done yet. But we are having a big sale on all of our stuff all the way through. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It is a constant battle.
Anyway, if you could all just check that out, just save you some money. If you have everything, I just love you, Harry. Oh my goodness. But we're going to keep going. Our goal is to get Darkenhaven and the last thing done. Well, if you bought everything, probably a lot of it was bought into Kickstarter, which means that you saved a lot of money too. And I thank you all. I cannot tell you, this little company would not exist without those wonderful friends and fans that we have. And we're going to keep going. We'll keep pushing this thing forward. And all right, I will do that, Kiki. I will do that. This shows you have been around for a long time. Yes, it does. All right. So anyway, so this is just marvelous. I hope you love it. If you have a chance and you get a chance to zoom in on it in the Facebook, I think you should. It's just spectacular.
Oh, I might be able to zoom in on it.
Well, yeah, you don't have to. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. I don't want to belabor the point.
I know. Sorry. Okay.
So this was fun. So Gregory put this up, and Janine commented on it, and I happened to see it, and I happened to at the same time have seen that Rob Gustafson had done a marvelous Omnis video about these sort of D&D Advent calendars, and it was just fun. And I thought, what a wonderful idea, and I'd never heard of it before, and I just heard of it recently, and it was so fun to have this come out there. And then I looked at the calendar, and I was like, this is so good. Oh, Stacy, thank you. That is marvelous. I do think there's stuff that's wonderful for Christmas gifts, especially or holiday gifts. Excuse me, if you're doing Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or Festivus for the rest of us. Which I'm a big celebrator of all of them. So I basically start partying right around December 1st. so if you have some players and you want to give them a wonderful gift, I do believe Magica is a magnificent gift. And it's got so much good stuff in there, and you can pre-order that right now on the sale, get a deal on that. And there's a bundle, I think, too, that has magic in it. I can't remember. There's just a lot of good ways to save some money right now for all of our friends. And Monday is St. Nicholas Day. How marvelous. Who does not love St. Nicholas Day? That's where the whole dang thing came from in the first place. Anyway, this is marvelous, the Advent calendar. And it is, I asked Rob to put up his little video if he wants to do that. And well, I know, thank you for saying that, Harry. We, the Magica was solid, and I appreciate that we're happy with all the silly things. But
listen, I'm trying not to talk too much because of the reverb, so I'm just like pushing up all those comments.
All right, I will keep going. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Thank you, Greg, for putting that up, and thank you, Janine. Appreciate you both.
Okay, let's see here.
So then Ty, who I don't know, Ty comes in and comes out of the blue with these just amazing posts of these esoteric and fantastical things. And if you haven't had a chance to look at this in the GUI, then you've got to check this out. This is a massive wine keg. I mean, massive. It holds like 277,000 liters. Okay? This is a party right there. Cameraman, do you see this?
Oh my gosh.
290,000. I don't even remember. It's just crazy. Anyway, I think we need to have this, cameraman, at the secret GUI party on Wednesday night before Genghis Khan. Which is the not so secret GUI party before Genghis Khan. So, can you figure out some way to get this for us?
Hold on 1 second. Someone's in the chat asking about prizes, and so message me.
Asking about prices or prizes?
Prizes. So yeah, anyway, that's like a dwarven party. I love that. So,
and your reverb isn't that bad. Don't be afraid to gab a little.
Oh, okay. Good. Sounds good.
Probably two. I agree with that. We need two of them.
I agree. For Genghis Khan.
So yes. Of course, we've got a number of marvelous folks, Paul and Todd, and a number of others who are starting to post some of their magnificent builds. Along with miniatures, right? We've got some wonderful miniature folks. Obviously Chris and AJ and goodness gracious, there's just a number of folks. Harry obviously puts up painted miniatures and pictures of those, and quite a few. But Todd is actually being featured at PAX Unplugged with all of the builds, showing all the builds there.
Oh,
and isn't that marvelous?
Yes.
So we are very excited to have a little part of that, and have Todd a part of our den and all of that stuff, and just enjoying these marvelous tabletop builds that have come. And one of the things that I am truly excited about with 3D printing is that some of the pre-made materials can get a little costly, and I know this because I've bought lots of them, and some folks it's just not within the scope of their budget. But with these marvelous 3D printed options, people can have terrain for a much lower price and enjoy the fun of painting things. I've painted lots and lots of stuff in my years in the hobby, and that is a wonderful thing. But anyway, Todd, congratulations! This is magnificent. Good for you, and I hope lots and lots of people love your stuff. You can kick it on, cameraman D. Oh, yes. And then Geeky put up this thing. Okay. So this is worth watching. It's a 30-second ad about Buddy the Elf Spaghetti. And it is no friend. And it is not for the faint of heart, nor for people who have any problems with imbibing sugar. So yeah, you got to look at it. You just got to look. It's 30 seconds. It's worth a peek. It made me cackle, and it also kind of nauseated me a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, wow, what happened here?
So it's in the den. You got a link to it in the den if you want to click it and check it out. It's on YouTube. It's
sorry, I didn't mean to zoom in. I don't know how I did that.
Anyway, check it out when you get a chance.
Yes. Sorry, there we go. All right.
What's next, my friend? Yes. So this is a famed thing, and Keith actually reminded us that this was involved with the Knights of the Dinner Table long ago. This was sort of the beginning of this thing, but this thing has traveled around, and this is basically a meme in a combat situation about a gazebo. and whether the gazebo is a mimic. And it's pretty funny and enjoyable and laughable. And so thank you, Jim, for putting that up. It made me smile. And then Keith reminded me about Jolly Blackburn's original Nights at the Dinner Table. That's likely where this actually originated from long ago. All right, cameraman D.
All right, I'm trying to talk to this person about their prizes.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You can also do a little. Just tell them to email you so you can.
Yeah. If you could just email me.
Yeah, put your email in there. We'll take care of you. If there, is there a problem with people not getting their stuff or something?
No. Okay. I'm just in the middle of a stream, ready to nap, so I can't super look into the prize thing right now. So if you could just email me, and then we can figure it out, or message me on Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll figure it out, okay?
Absolutely. If we didn't get something to someone, we will take care of that. Promise. No, there's not being over it. We always do what we do, my friend.
Yeah, and we send hundreds of prizes, so it's
so we will definitely take care of it. Anyway, so Harry, of course, has been doing some of the more creepier things that exist in the world of Zyathé of late, which is the Thu'ul, and the Thu'ul are really our alternative to the classic monster, which is the Mind Flayer, because we can't do those under the SRD. And in the creation of the Thu'ul, we actually came to believe that they're in some ways more marvelous. So we're pretty excited about them. And Harry has done, I think, 4 scopes of them. And they're pretty creepy and fearful individuals. And they are actually children of the Lords of Corruption and quite scary in terms of what they do. I think that they have wonderful potential to be, serious, fearful NPCs for your players in the times to come. So Harry, thank you as always for taking the time and sharing your art with us. And I'm gonna have to get, like, I think I mentioned in my comment, like 25 of these, because who does not leave 25 Thu'ul running around? All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
So Hans has been putting up interesting images of sort of remote locations and cabins and things like that. And this was one that really struck me, and I loved it. I love the feel of it.
I know. Hans totally wants to move out to the middle of nowhere. I've been seeing this this urge.
Can you not imagine this
place? It's so beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you not imagine this place on a dark evening, right? And you come, right, and maybe it's not quite what it seems, right? Which always makes for a great adventure.
I love it. No, I love all of Hans. Can you just imagine a forest where all these little encounters happen at these cabins? Yes. It would be amazing. So
indeed,
absolutely.
All right.
So,
what's the next one, Camera Mendy?
Oh, that's cool. Indiana
So
Goo.
this sparked Keith put this up, and it sparked quite a bit of discussion about Sergeant Goo. Right, so this got a lot of play, and people were dancing with it and having fun. And then somebody said Indiana Goo, and then Gooey Jones and Indie Goo, and it was very funny. And I thought it was pretty classic, and I'm glad Keith put it up.
Yeah, love it. I went on Indiana Jones yesterday. The ride.
Oh, did you? How was that ride?
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's like a little thrilling. They have this giant boulder. It's amazing.
So
cute.
I really, really want to encourage you. If you haven't seen this little video that's in the den that Greg Price posted, it's called From a Simple Life. Jim put it up for us. This is amazing. This is a person who has a dragon for a friend, a pet. And there's a whole interaction with the dragon in the video. It is really, really fun. And I would encourage every one of you, if you haven't seen this, take a moment, watch this video, and it will make you smile, and you'll be, because it looks so amazingly realistic. The shadows on the ground, the feet, the scales, everything. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I'm going to read this because Jason put this up because this just cracked me up, right? So watch your tone, vampire, or have you forgotten what happened in Africa? You genocidal monster! generations of my brethren erased from existence. The bard says, dude, what'd you do? The cleric says, I bless the rains down in Africa. For all of you who are old, that's a classic because it's a song from Toto. For all you young people, you don't get it.
They still play it on the radio. They still play it all the time. I love it.
And then Pam put this up because I'd never heard of it before. There's apparently a Trivial Pursuit for Dungeons and Dragons. So you can really find out how good you are about Dungeons and Dragons trivia. I'm probably going to pick this up for the Christmas holiday for our family.
Who's going to play it with you, Mike?
Well, probably you, maybe Adam. We'll see what your dad knows.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there was this one from Sean. What would you get if you crossed a turkey with a ghost? A poultrygeist, which was perfect for the Thanksgiving holiday. Now it's a little late, but funny. All right, I think is there one more?
Let's see.
Oh, yes. So I wanted to make sure I put this up because Belinda and Brad are coming quite along with a number of other Gooey people to Genghis Khan here in February. We're very excited that they are coming, but wanted to let people know that, if you come out a little early, you get a chance, come by Gooey headquarters and come see us. And we're putting the plans together for the not so secret Gooey pre-Genghis Khan party. And we're excited to see how that goes and comes together. I don't know what's going to be yet. Don't have any info about it yet, but something's going to happen. I'm not sure where. Probably somewhere.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Also on the oh my God, I'm so slow today, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep up. On the subject of Genghis Khan, Josh had put up a post because he's writing a new game for Genghis Khan. That's going to take place in Valandia. And he had asked people for ideas for encounters. And I had mentioned that in Disneyland, you can go up to the stormtroopers in the Star Wars area. They have a place called Galaxy's Edge. And they have actors walking around that are like stormtroopers. And you can go up and interact with them. And you have to convince them that you're not part of the resistance. And it's just a super fun little role play opportunity inside the parks. And this is what this comment is about, is just the idea of going and role playing with actors in Valandia is kind of a bit like Star Wars in terms of their tyranny, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I don't know if that comment made any sense. It didn't really make sense in my head. I am like,
these are not the droids you're looking for.
Yes, exactly. I am so tired. Anyway, but hey, come out to Genghis Khan. It's going to be so amazing.
You're doing great, cameraman. Are you hungover?
I'm trying.
Did you drink?
What?
Did you drink?
No, I didn't drink. I didn't drink at Disney. I didn't go to Oga's Canteen yesterday. So, yeah.
Boozing it up a little, eh? All right.
I tell you.
One, cameraman.
What?
Let's just see the next one.
Oh, is there another post?
I think there is. Yeah, actually, I think there is one.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
This one, Damien.
I saw this.
Yes, it led to a whole nother. Led to a whole discussion about Gooey rewards. I thought this was a little OP.
I feel like we should allow if you're playing in multiple Gooey games, you should allow cross usage of the Gooey reward system. So
you absolutely can. I have all of the Gooey rewards from every box. They're all together in one, but there are some that are sort of keyed to certain games and stuff like that, but I just put them all together. I made a big old deck. Got a wonderful deck of cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so next, cameraman.
Okay, let's see here. Oh well, there's more.
Oh yes, I forgot.
By the way, Adam got a feature in our newsletter yesterday.
Yes, Adam. If you did not see the newsletter, you are in there. So we are excited about that. In fact,
I think I'm gonna do that more often.
Yeah, that's yes, right. So go ahead, cameraman. Talk. I'm trying to help you, but I want you to talk.
Oh, no, it's fine because what I say is just gibberish at this point and it has an echo. So, yeah. But basically, Adam's been doing these excellent Gooey NPC blog posts on his Ko-Fi. And that's how you say it. And basically, he's doing a project where he writes NPCs in Zyathé based around the gods of Zyathé. I am so tired, guys.
Cameraman, also Originator asked for the newsletter. You can sign up for it on the website. there's you join the GM's crew or something like that, and it's basically easy. And then we'll send it to you. Every does the cozy cone, Stacy? Are you kidding me? At 10 a.m. Oh my god!
I'm going there tomorrow. Maybe I'll maybe we'll go do that. Anyway,
not want that vodka pomegranate limeade. It's the breakfast drink of champions. The gibbering echo sounds like a side quest. I think that's fantastic.
Oh, apparently Ko-Fi is pronounced coffee.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, yeah, go Adam, post a link in the chat if you can.
Yeah, because Adam, post it up. But we're going to start featuring some more of our Gooey characters in the newsletter, right? That's the plan, cameraman.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's very exciting. There's somewhere around, just so you all know, there's somewhere around 200 of our Gooey folks that have actually made characters in the world of Zyathé that will be, most of them will be in either Darken Haven or the Gloomport, one of the two, as non-player characters. And we are really, really excited to have them featured in there and have them actually be many of the characters that your players can interact with. And this is a plan to continue forward. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep having more and more folks of our friends being involved in this. And so it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I love this image, Adam. This was fantastic. This is a great, I started thinking, it put me right down the path of, sort of the Egyptian mythologies and the sands, and took me to Dune and all of this stuff. I went all to those places when I saw this one.
Yeah.
Let's keep going, my friend. I don't remember what's next. I put up quite a... Oh, I did want to say this. So Stacy, I put this up because Stacy is running some games and she has a few spots left if someone wants to play. Strangely Goo Holiday is on 12/6 and 12/13. Menace in the Mist, you can see, is coming up. So that starts on 12/9. So if you're interested in running with Stacy, she's fantastic. You can jump in there and have a good time. So check it out.
I'm just gonna say, if Thomas did this, it would be epic. His portrait is awesome.
Yeah, Thomas, it is fantastic. Well, there are so many, and we're working on a number right now that of, Cameron Mendy, that I have to kind of keep secret, but they're really, really stunning. So.
Okay. Anything else? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, so Jonathan has been making this out of wood. This is the world map of Zyathé that we met John at a convention, and fantastic, incredible work. And we're getting close. We're gonna see it here pretty soon, and maybe we can even bring John on the stream, Cameron Mendy, when it's done. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So can't wait. Yeah. I just cannot wait. I am so excited for it.
Sorry, I pulled this up and I said, "Oh, I'm so excited for this," and then I'm like, "Wow, this is my intriguing commentary on this thing." I just sound so dumb, and I'm really sorry, everyone. I'll be better next week.
Yeah, that's all right. It probably was the line, Stacey. I also forgot about this. If you're a world builder and you like world building, yes. This was an interesting article. Now, I tend to be more like Kevin, right? I have taken modules and adapted them. If you could know the adventure that was built around the original Temple of Elemental Evil, that was dramatically different from the Temple of Elemental Evil, but still utilized some of those elements and some of those materials that I did in my world. I love taking pieces and parts and putting them together. And that's why we try so hard with our materials to provide, a lot of breadth for people to be able to take them and run with them, even put them in their own worlds as they would need, and all of that stuff. So I thought this was a great article if you feel like checking it out.
Yeah, by the way, there's a comment here about, is it from John? About our map.
Oh, is that you, John? Sorry, we don't know, these damn handles. We got Twitch handles, Discord handles, names in Facebook, and all of that stuff. Hi, John. Yeah, we want to, maybe you come on the stream when it's done. When you ship it, John, when you ship it, we'll come on the stream and you can tell everybody about your craft, because I was so impressed with what you were doing at the convention. It was magnificent.
Yes,
magnificent.
Absolutely. Also, we have a good comment from Ben about, will there actually be a winter stance this year before Christmas? Now, not before Christmas, but sometime the week following Christmas, we are going to put together a Christmas stream as part of a benefit for Game to Grow. They reached out to us and asked us to do a charity stream for them. And so I'm so tired, guys. I'm so sorry. I can't even finish.
What he's saying is correct. We're going to do a wonderful Winter's Dance themed stream. We're gonna do it not too late in the day, Ben, for all of our friends in Europe, so none of you all have to worry about being, having to stay up till 3 a.m. and all that craziness. But yes, we really want to do that. All right, cameraman, let's just continue. I think there's one more, but that's the wrong way. That's this one right here, and we will end on this one. Thank you for putting that up, Geeky. It warmed our hearts, and we appreciate you all. All right. Let us move to the next thing, cameraman. So the next thing, my friends, is because right now we are doing the Zyanduun as a contribution from the Contributors Guild, right? The Zyanduun being the underdelve of the world of Zyathé, right? The deeping reaches. I wanted to give a little bit of texture around that for folks who are doing contributions, but we're starting to do artworks of that, and we've done some, and I wanted to share them and give people a feel for the Zyanduun as they work through their submissions. And if you are not a member of the Contributors Guild, you can join it. Typically, a submission is anywhere from a half a page to a page of content at most, a few hundred words, and we give everyone a reward worth $15 to $20 for submission of that content. I always tell everybody this: never give us anything that's special to you. Just make something up that's fun and interesting, and if we use it, we put it into our materials. And the only thing is, reason why we say don't use anything special to you, something that might be really cool, unless you're willing to give it up, is that there's simply no way for us to do this unless that actually becomes property of Gooey Cube. So I want to make sure everyone keeps in mind, just for fun, right? This is all about fun. It's all about joy. It's all about having you a chance to publish some things and get a nice reward for it, typically worth $15 to $20. Okay. So we appreciate all the contributors. We're getting a lot of people who are contributing to the Zyanduun. Some are doing multiple submissions. We typically will only take one, but you are most welcome to do more than one if your creativity is striking yourself. And if you are not on the Contributors Guild, okay, there is a pinned post in the Discord. There is also a pinned post in the Gooey Den where it has all of our rules, and both of those tell you how to join the Contributors Guild. There is a number of steps required, so it's not just an email. You have to go to a link. You have to put in a password. There's some other things you have to do. So if you can please just check out those two things, or if it's getting confusing and it's driving you crazy, send me a message in Discord or send me a message in the Gooey Den, and I'll help you. But it's a wonderful program. It's tons of fun. If you own East or West Verdestia, you have seen the massive contributions that people have put in there. Those who have gotten their digital copies of Magica have seen all the wonderful contributions from people, and they're all our characters. And it's such a magnificent thing to have this community doing what this community is doing. You are marvelous. You are amazing. And I cannot tell you how much fun you are bringing to this thing. Anyway, this is the Zyanduun. Sorry,
before we go into that, I want to answer this question that's up on the screen from.
Oh, that I just did, Kamramandi. I said that you have to go to the post. There's the pinned post in the Discord.
No. Sorry. Just to clarify, it looks like some of the website stuff might not be working quite yet for the Contributors Guild.
Oh, well, goodness gracious. Yeah. Well, I think Alexander might be watching, but I apologize to
Carrie's watching. So just know that we'll put this on the list to look into, and we will figure out the Contributors Guild stuff as we get the new. I know a lot of our stuff, our pages aren't working right now.
But the link to the Contributors Guild should still be working. So, but we please, you know what? Send me a message about that too if you get a chance, either in Discord or on the.
Disney says, send a message to Mandy. Yeah, don't send me a message right now. Yeah, send it to Alphinius, and we'll make sure we put it on the list. There's still like a few website links that are defunct from switching stuff over.
And I hope you all like the new website. It's really beautiful, and we still have bugs and things we're working out. But the most important thing was to make sure the sale was working for Christmas, for the Christmas Kwanzaa Festivus Hanukkah, etc.
Holiday season.
Yes. So for all of that, well, you know how I am, Cameron Mendy. I like I sort of celebrate a lot of these things. I have fun with them, and it is a wonderful time of year, and people do open their hearts more, and it's just for me, as I've grown older, this opportunity to just have people smile a little more and have the shining things in children's eyes and all of the stuff that goes on is just magnificent. So,
yes.
all right. So the Zyanduun is what is called as more commonly as the Underdelve. It is also called the Far Reaches, the Far Deep. There are a number of different names ascribed to this locality in the world of Zyathé. And our goal with the Zyanduun was truly to make it very feel like an environment, to feel like a locality, a place that had depth and ecosystems and all of that kind of stuff. Because, always our goal is fantastical realism, because we're asking our players and our friends and the people we play with to suspend their disbelief. And so we, Camera Mandy, when you put that, I almost said the wrong word. When you put that stuff up,
it derails you. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
But that was funny. Anyway, my friends, so lots of things have happened as we evolved our thinking around the Zyanduun. And part of the ecosystem and the thought process of the ecosystem is beginning to revolve around lichens and around mosses and mushrooms and all that stuff, which is sort of classic in the realms of the Underdelve. But also glowstones and illuminations and other sorts of light casting things, right? As well as ecosystem things like cave rain, which happens in all of the large caverns based on condensation and all of this kind of stuff, so that we could really build a thriving ecosystem that wasn't just always just dark, right? And this has really blossomed into a magnificent thing. And if you look here, I actually go to the next image, Cameron Mendy, if you would. So our goal with the Zyanduun itself, right? As you ponder it, and here is the whole image. I wanted you to see this whole image.
I love this. I hadn't seen this art yet. This is gorgeous.
I know.
It's really pretty.
So this is Therdrema, and Therdrema is an Underdelven city, right? Which is cosmopolitan in nature, though it's fairly dominated by dark elves. But there are Feymuddles there. There are Deeping Dwarves. There are a number of different races and groups and folks that are in this place. It's a very cosmopolitan city. It's actually, again, we don't subscribe to the idea that certain peoples are just all evil, and so the dark elves are not at all like that in the world, as I say. There are some dark elven societies, because of their heritage and who they were made by, right, who they're created by, that tend towards those directions. But there are also, in fact, one of the most moral cities on the face of, below or above Zyathé is Nuvea Sendra, which is a very strongly dark elven dominated city that is very moral. And so we really want to subscribe to this idea, because frankly we think it's more appropriate and right from just a perspective, but it's also much better for gaming, because it makes everything much more interesting. So he's a little taller than, that's a big Feymuddle. He was supposed to come up to about the mid thigh. He came up a little taller, but yes, he's a little taller than most. But they range, Harry, from 2.5 to 3.5 feet, so he's getting close.
I agree with David.
It could be a really short elf.
Really short elf.
That's exactly right. But is this not magnificent? So here's my thought, Cameron Mendy. So the reward.
Oh, I still need to get that set up.
Seriously, Andy.
Yeah.
The truth.
I'm sorry. I stopped putting them up, but they're so clever. I can't.
So good. You keep doing it. So the reward for the reward for the Contributors Guild is this image in an oversized print, suitable for framing, which we will ship to you for free, and for any accepted submission. I think a lot of people would love to have this on their wall. I know I would. And the contest today is a signed one of these. How's that, Wendy?
Sounds good. Let me get that. I'm going to get that set up. Yes.
And that'll be very rare because there won't be a whole lot of those in the world at all. But anyway, so this is Therdrema, and Therdrema is a magnificent city that you can visit. You can see all the Illumiines growing around, and it's just really wonderful. Keep going, Cameraman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the contest set up. So just
take your time. You're doing great. But that is not to say that all of the places in the Underdelve are they're filled with Illumiines and such like that. There are also what I would call more traditional take on these Underdark places. Now we also have, you can see them in here, these other interesting formations, which are called glowstones, and glow crystals. And glow crystals are actually cast light. They are magical in nature, and they are spaced in many places in the Underdelve. So between glowing lichens and mosses, luminous mushrooms and those kinds of things, as well as glow crystals and Illumiines, the Underdelve is a much more lighted place, and we felt that would be good for the creation and crafting of the world. But there are lots of caverns and places that can be dark, so you don't have to think that we're just abandoning that idea of darkness. But there are the vibrancy of life that we want to have in the Underdelve of Zyathé is light has some importance to that. And so this is all part of the concept as we're dancing through the creation of the Zyanduun. And I'm excited because we're going to do some more artworks of the Zyanduun here over the next couple of months to be able to share with you, which hopefully will continue to inspire your ideas. And for those wanting to contribute, just making sure everybody remembers the assignment is an interesting locality in the Underdelve, and not a big locality, a little locality. A strange obelisk that someone might encounter along one of the Underdelven, what we call the underways. An interesting cavern that has a strange creature therein, right? A beautiful Underdelven waterfall or lake, right? So places that we can place for game masters to be able to use as adventure hooks when we're doing the Zyanduun. And there's how you can win right there. Hashtag Underdelve is how you can win that image. Let us continue, Cameraman.
Okay, sounds good. Also, okay, our price form is up on the website, but it looks a little funky. So
is it still fill-outable?
Yes.
So if you have not done this before, please go on to gooeycube.com/prizes.
It's different now.
/prizes.
It's shop right now. It's shop.gooeycube.com/prizes.
Oh, I apologize. That's true. You got to that's right. You got to do the shop thing. It is definitely, we got to get that taken care of. We will work on that.
We're working on that. Yeah. So
but please,
put it in the chat.
Please just do the shop.gooeycube/prizes and go in there, and you can take put this up and make sure that we have your contact information, because we do give away a lot of stuff. It's part of our mission, so to speak. Okay.
Yes.
And Cameraman, you did just put those up in there. So let us go to the next one, Cameraman.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what that is. Hold on. There you go. Okay. There you go.
So as part of the idea of the Underdelve, these glow crystals we think also add tremendously to the feel of the place, right? And so the underways and Andy, this is a great question. So I'm gonna deviate for a moment here. So there are flow stones which are believed to have been a creation of the woe of ruin. And flow stones are actually magic encased in gems. But the glow crystals and the Illumiines, the trees, these kinds of things existed before. And so this is why the Underdelve of Zyathé has been always well lit. And flow stones are not alive. Neither are glow crystals. But Illumiines, they believe, have some type of life force. And again, we're still kind of working on this lore. So, again, as crazy as I am, we've got atoms and our version of atoms in the Encyclopedia Magica. So because that's, they're little 20-sided dice, by the way. So for all of you who have fun with that kind of stuff. But glow crystals are not living, but they are magical in nature. And the one thing that has saved them through the years of not being, and they do tend to grow like crystals, right? But the one thing that has saved them from being totally destroyed over the years is that when you take a piece off of them, it glows for a very short period of time and then goes out. So that is why they are not destroyed. But Illumiines have some other properties, and they can be harvested, but they are slower growing, and so wise cultures protect their Illumiines, and so there's a lot of lore that we're building around that. So flow stones are magical gems they believe were created in the woe of ruin. The glow crystals are just these glowing crystals that have been around for a long time. Same with the Illumiines. We think, again, bear with us. We're still dancing this lore a little bit because part of that conversation about it is to really make sure it's great. And if you want to weigh in on that, you're always welcome in the Gooey Den to throw up something, or in the GM discussions in the Discord. So I love this. Anyway, again, just to give you a little better of a feel of how the Underdelve generally feels is not like, if you've been a spelunker, you know that going into caves, they are just dark. They are just plain dark. And we didn't want that. We wanted more vibrancy, which is what the Underdelve really has. So
no, I love this. I love that you went a different direction. And I think, this totally appeals to my aesthetic in terms of what I'd like to see in like a fantastical setting of light. It's beautiful. It's tempting, is what it is.
Yes. And by the way, some people in there in the comments are talking about the churka. We got to make sure we finish that one off too, because we got to make a churka now. We got to figure out which one we're going to pick, right? We got to figure out which one we like, because there's some great ones in there. In fact, it's frustrating me that you have to pick one, right? So don't forget, you have to do that when you get back, Cameron Mendy.
Oh, I'm not allowed to vote in that. Remember, you very explicitly said I was not allowed to vote, and that Adam and Carrie and
that's right.
And you.
Make sure Adam is in the game. I forgot about that. Well remembered, cameraman. You could have just slid in. You could have taken advantage of my forgetfulness. Anyway, let us continue.
Okay, sounds good.
So again, just as you're thinking about your submission and you're thinking about traveling through the Underdelve, this is the feel of it, right? This is what we want you to experience. This is what we want your players to experience. We just, again, think it has so much more interest and vibrancy than sort of just dark caves all over the place. So as you're pondering, go ahead, go to the next one, cameraman. Okay. I just wanted to show some artworks. I really wanted people to see. Of course, one of the best examples of the Underdelve that people have actually had experience with now is the Gloomport in the Republic of Zyathé beneath the city of Darkhaven. And I've got a few pictures, so you can just keep going through those if you want. But the Gloomport, of course, is a magnificent example.
What is this? What is this?
So there is a statue of Aquera, massive statue of Aquera in the Gloomport. This is part of the lore, and that was included when Ferdinand did this artwork for us.
I love that.
Oh yeah, no, it's magnificent, and keep going, cameraman, because there's a few more here we can enjoy, right? As we so that is actually a close-up. If you go back, this was done by Kishore, and if you go back, there you can see on the right-hand side, right? You can see the creature, the sea dragon skeleton, and then when you zoom in with Kishore's artwork, with Kishore's interpretation of the artwork, which is the next one, you can see it much more close up and a little more. Kishore's style is a little different than Ferdinand's, right? But it's magnificent, right? You get this wonderful feel of this Gloomport. So let us continue. I have another wonderful image to talk about as we go next. And I promise we'll do the book club here in just a minute.
I do not think that I'm going to be. I have not read the section, so you're going to have to run that book club by yourself.
And counting of days. So here is Strong Armageddon's. And Strong Armageddon's has a very significant Illumiine outside, as well as glow crystals. And just to give you again, so people asked, how come there are sort of traditional roofs in the Underdelve? Why would they be more traditional roofs? And now, a lot of folks just live in smaller caves, right? And they've hollowed out those caves and made them nicer and all of that stuff. But in these massive caverns, structures are created, right? And those structures are not necessarily made of wood, even though they often appear as such, because they're influenced by surface structures, that kind of thing. But the reason is the cave rains, and of course, there's a lot of things flying about that perhaps drop things that no one wants to have land on their head. So this is why we have more traditional looking structures in the Underdelve. There's an actual good explanation for it. So yes, exactly, Kerry. It's from the bad poop. And who won? Lord King. Yes, very well, Lord Kirk. That's very good. Very, very good. Congratulations. So let us do the next one. We can do this.
Okay, next one.
And you all who've been around here long enough know that we do this, right? So if you didn't win this time, there's a good chance next week or the week after you're going to win something. And we love doing this. It's a lot of fun. So this is the Citadel of the Dead, and it shows the pit and the cavern above, and it's just magnificent, And again, this gives you this wonderful. They absolutely do, Christina. They absolutely do. The cave rain systems, it's the condensation and all of that stuff. And we're trying to figure out a fantastically plausible reason to make sure that happens, why that happens. But we are absolutely committed to, again, for ecosystems to having this function within the Zyanduun. So that's pretty funny, geeky. All right, keep going, cameraman. Let us look at the next one.
Okay. Is there a next one? I think that's it.
Well, I thought there was one more. That was the last one?
12 out of 12.
Okay, don't worry. Then we're good. All right. So I'm going to put on my glasses here, and I'm going to transition to the book club.
So, Alphinius, we have 4 minutes left in the
I understand.
show.
I am watching the clock.
Okay.
I might go a couple minutes over, but I promise not to go much over that. So if you have been following along in the book club, the chapters we've begun right in the weirded world. How did I do with that? Yes, there we go. The weirded world. Yes. So we are now on this chapter, the cosmology and the accounting of time and days, and this is a wonderful section, because again, for fantastic realism, it's wonderful to have a fairly fantastically plausible calendar. And so when you go through this, you will see that Zyathé has not the same number of days and all of that kind of stuff. And I encourage you to read this and encourage you to incorporate it in your game. Also, James did some work on a calendar that some time ago, and we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that and see what we might be able to do. And maybe we end up having to do it ourselves. So we're messing around with that, but I do tend to keep time in our adventures when I play my home games, and I encourage you to do the same. I think it is a wonderful thing. You can certainly have passage of time quickly when people are doing things. You can advance a couple weeks or a month or whatever. But I do.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah, go ahead, cameraman.
Do you keep track as the GM, or does your note taker keep track?
So I go into the notes afterwards and I make adjustments and all of that kind of stuff. So there's live time. So right now in our game, we have live time. I think some of you know that we're playing this marvelous adventure based on The Quick and the Dead, which is a Western and there's these adventurers that are all competing for the top spot in this thing, but there's all kinds of mysteries. There's a missing adventuring group. They've found there's nefarious practices, of course, all of this stuff, and all wrapped around this sort of concept of these adventurers all competing for a prize, for that kind of stuff. So I'm keeping track very carefully of every day, because it's important to the track of the adventure, because things are happening in the background that the players don't necessarily know about, but I know about. And there's some ticking clocks that are going on and all of that kind of stuff. So Belinda, that is a great question. Mm-hmm. I have never pondered yet to this point of people being born on days of corruption. And I think we need to ponder that. I think we need to ponder that a little bit. So we have not, of course, done the Cyclopedia of the Races, which we may actually call the Cyclopedia Heritagia or something to that effect, because there's kind of a little bit of stuff around sort of the history of D&D and races sort of being inherently evil and inherently good, which we don't do, but we may adjust that in the future a little bit more and talk about heritage or ancestry, and especially with intermingling of various peoples and all of that kind of stuff. But that is a fascinating question to ponder, what it means to be born on a corruption day. And in fact, now all of a sudden, but then you take me down all kinds of tracks right now, because now I think, wow, is there a stigma? Goodness gracious, is there an impact? Does something actually happen to some people who are born on corruption days, right? Is there sort of this anti-hero type person who, everybody hates and reviles, who was born on a corruption day, who has something, I mean, goodness gracious, what a wonderful story track you start going down, right?
This you're is right. Lore in real time.
There's some great comments here. Corruption babies given to the Hanatas. Yes, no, this is magnificent. This is wonderful. So let's just do this. I encourage you for next week. We'll dig a little deeper into this next week, since we're getting close to our time. I'm just going to read the opening here, and then say a couple more words, and then we'll get you all out of here. You're right. Could there be more blood touch on corruption days? But I want everyone to recall, those who have the eyes to see when they read things will know that it would appear that the blood touch appeared before the woe of ruin. And if you read this tale of Zyathé, you will understand. Ha ha, yes indeed. All right, let us read this. Zyathé is one of 8 planets in the Sulion sun system, which is quite distant from the center of the Eterniverse. The planet has 3 moons: Luneos, which is the largest, Vixen, which is about 1/6 the size of Luneos, and a black moon that blots out the stars, named Corrupteon. From the dawn of creation, it took 396 days for the planet to circle the Sul, which is what the people of Zyathé call their sun. Those who measure such things named this the Sulionic constant, or SC, due to its extraordinary accuracy. The Sulionic constant created an annum, or year, of 12 months with 4 8-day weeks in each. The addition of 1 day per month, which was by tradition never counted in the days of the week, perfected the calendar. Since the woe of ruin, however, the calendar year has been lengthened by precisely 5 days. Each of these days are counted by the populations of the world as dates of fearful omens and portents. And that, my friends, is the beginning of what we will talk about here I've got to get used to the mirror image. There we go. In the weirded world, Camera Mandy, when we go forward.
I promise to read it next week. Sounds good.
My dear sweet friend, I am so sorry that you're exhausted today, but I'm glad you're having a great time.
This has been a good episode. I appreciate everyone joining us this morning. It's great to see you guys. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Back in the studio.
Yes,
my audio will
back
be
in the studio
totally
next
fine.
week. We will continue on the cosmology and counting of days. We'll do more about the Zyanduun. I really, some of our most best friends are here in this stream every Saturday or many Saturdays, and we appreciate so much you being here. Just please contribute to the Zyanduun. We have a bunch of contributions already coming in. There are more coming in. I am so excited to make this tome in the future, and we want to get ahead of it with some contributions. And we're getting close to finishing the Kickstarter. We are going to do a Kickstarter, I think, in January, but it is going to be specifically for only one thing. It's going to be for Guys and Gawks. And that's going to raise a little money for us to help us pay our folks and take care of our people. And then we're going to go to Genghis Khan and see a bunch of you there. And I hope you can make it if you can come and just spend some wonderful time together. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts for loving Zyathé and for being a part of Zyathé and for helping make Zyathé this wonderful place that it is. Cheers to you, my friends. May you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and may all your adventures
be sticky. Be sticky.
Say it with more oomph.
Be sticky.
Bye, friends. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.